She kissed me before she left. Just a soft press of her lips, sweet, casual, practiced. The kind of kiss that says I love you but I'm already gone. I'll call you tonight, she said, tossing her overnight bag into the trunk. No boys allowed this weekend, remember? Just spa, wine, and gossip. I smiled like it didn't sting. Right. Have fun. She waved, got in the car and drove off down the street. The red of her taillights blurred in the drizzle, fading until there was nothing but gray sky and the soft hum of rain on pavement. And then the quiet hit. That hollow, echoing quiet that comes when something feels off, but you can't name it yet. I went back inside, made coffee, sat by the window. Her mug, white, chipped near the handle, was still there on the counter. Lipstick stain. It should have been nothing. But my gut wouldn't shut up. The first crack appeared that afternoon. I texted her around 3. How's the spa? No response. At 5. Everything okay? Still nothing. By 8, the sky outside was dark, the city lights bleeding through the blinds. The clock ticked louder than usual. Finally, my phone buzzed. Hey babe. Sorry, no service earlier. It's great here. Just got a massage. Love you. The words were right. The timing wasn't. I'd been to that resort. I remembered the Wi-Fi. The perfect signal even in the forest view rooms. But I didn't say anything. Because that's what love does, it rationalizes. The next morning, I woke to sunlight cutting across her side of the bed. I reached for her pillow and inhaled her scent. Lavender shampoo and something faintly metallic. My chest tightened. I told myself to stop thinking. I tried. I really did. Then I saw her social media. A story post. A glass of champagne, caption girls' weekend bliss. The reflection in the glass was small, but I saw it, 2 hands intertwined on the table. One with her red nails. The other clearly male. My thumb hovered over the screen for a long time. Maybe it was a trick of the light. Maybe it was the waiter's hand. Maybe stop lying to yourself, whispered something deep inside me. By noon, curiosity had turned into obsession. I told myself I wasn't checking up on her, just making sure she was safe. Called the spa. Hi, I said, trying to sound casual. My girlfriend, Chloe Adams, checked in yesterday with a few friends. Could you connect me to her room? A pause. Then the receptionist's polite confusion. I'm sorry, sir. There's no one here by that name. Something inside me cracked. I hung up. My hand was shaking. I sat there in the silence of our apartment, heart pounding so loud it hurt. Every moment we'd shared, the nights cooking together, the lazy Sundays, the whispered forevers, played in my head like a movie I suddenly realized was fake. Still, I needed proof. I found it the next day. It wasn't hard. Her best friend Tara had posted a group photo, 3 girls in robes, all smiling, all holding glasses. Caption: Spa weekend. Girls only. Except one of those girls wasn't Chloe. And the background wasn't a spa. It was a downtown rooftop bar. That's when I drove. I didn't have a destination. I just drove, my hands gripping the steering wheel so tightly the veins bulged. I ended up near the city's old hotel district, the kind of place where neon signs flickered and curtains always stayed drawn. And that's when I saw her car. Same dent on the bumper. Same tiny sticker on the rear window. Good vibes only. Parked outside the Riverside Inn. My breath caught. I sat there for a long time. Rain pelting the windshield, wipers squeaking. My mind spun with images I didn't want but couldn't stop imagining. Her laughter. Someone else's hands. Her voice saying his name the way she used to say mine. I could have left. I should have. But curiosity is cruel. It doesn't let go once it has teeth in you. I walked to the lobby. The man at the desk barely looked up. Room 214, I said before I knew why. Under Adams. He typed something then nodded. Checked in yesterday. My stomach turned. Can I leave a note? He gestured toward a small pile of envelopes. I took one, scribbled something meaningless. Love you, miss you, hope you're relaxing, just to have an excuse to go up there. The hallway smelled of old carpet and cleaning spray. My pulse thudded in my ears as I stopped outside 214. Voices. Muffled laughter. A man's voice. I pressed my forehead to the door. My throat went dry. For a second I thought about knocking. About bursting in and watching her face fall apart under the truth. But then I pictured it, the shock, the excuses, the tears. and I realized I didn't want to see it. I didn't want the confirmation burned into my memory. I turned and walked out. But as I reached the lobby, the elevator chimed behind me. I turned just in time to see her. Her hair pulled up, wearing one of my shirts under her coat. Laughing. With him. She froze when she saw me. Her face drained of color. The man beside her, tall, well-dressed, mid-30s, stopped, confusion flickering across his features. "Ben," she said softly. I couldn't breathe. The air between us was thick, electric. "You said you were at a spa," I heard myself say. My voice sounded distant, hollow. Her mouth opened. Closed. Then, "I can explain." But we both knew explanations were just new ways of lying. The man looked between us, realization dawning. "Chloe." "Don't," I said. My voice cracked. "Just don't." And then I walked past them, out into the rain. I drove without seeing. I don't remember the streets, just the sound of the rain hammering the roof, the blur of headlights through tears I refused to let fall. At some point I pulled over by the river. The water was high, dark, restless. The city shimmered in its reflection, beautiful and different. I thought about calling her, about screaming, about asking why him, why now, but I didn't, because deep down I already knew the answer. We hadn't been us for a while. Not really. Somewhere between the routines, the quiet dinners, the "I'm busy tonight" texts, we'd lost each other. She'd just been the first to admit it, with her body instead of her words. Still, knowing didn't make it hurt less. I sat there until the rain stopped, until the horizon began to pale with morning. I took out my phone, stared at her last message. "Love you." I deleted it. Then every photo, every thread. When the screen finally went blank, I felt something shift inside me. Not peace, not anger, just emptiness. The kind that comes when love doesn't die suddenly, but rots slowly, quietly, while you pretend not to smell it. She said she was going to a spa. She came back with excuses, mascara smudged and eyes full of guilt. And I stupidly, painfully, still loved her. But love, I've learned, isn't always enough to keep the truth from showing. Sometimes it's the silence after "I love you" that tells you everything you were too afraid to hear.